Wastelanders, to another episode of Let's Look at Some Stars. Yeah, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so we made some pretty darn good progress in the last episode, and I'd asked you folks if you liked the, I don't know, stroby blinky lights or not. I'm filming back to back, so I don't know what your answer is yet. And right now we're just going to continue on with what we got going on. And I already put some lights up in place so we can actually see what we are doing. And I have no clue what we are doing, other than getting rid of some of this stuff. So as I said, I think last episode that we were going to be working with the bricks. There we go. It is mad brick. You don't know what that means. It's cold. Apparently. One of those weird slang things from the 90s. Apparently it was, I don't know, had some sort of meaning. I don't know where any of these slang things come from. But it was something that my friends and I found funny, so it was something we would joke about. That was mad breakout. Ooh, that's not good. Things difficult. Yeah, because you're not going to go the same direction. Why wouldn't you go the same direction? Is there another turn? Well, that's huge. We don't want that. It's too big. That's way too small. That's just weird looking. Let's get rid of that for now. Might have to use another, whatchamacallit, mod. For now, we're just going to kind of lay in the red brick road while we try to figure things out here. Got some glitching going on there. Why did you? Oh, there we go. Okay. Problem solved. Alright. So, what else we got in here? Concrete here. Ooh, look at those. Let's turn off our highlighting. Interesting. So the one thing I don't like is that all these cool ramps are huge. And they don't snap to anything. So if I do want to use one, I'm going to have to reboop it to a functional size. No, we don't want to use any of that kind of stuff. Got the retaining walls with grass. I think. Oh, well, I thought. Oh yeah, there's our stairs. So S'mores has like some really good stuff in it, but at the same time, like, it doesn't. Because some of this stuff is like really cool looking, but it's completely unusable. Like a lot of it doesn't snap to each other, and then there's just always like something wrong with something. So I don't know. Alright, so we're gonna have to explore some other stuff. What do we got? Dividers, awnings, bathroom, stalls. Okay, we got the bridges. Okay, ceiling, that's huge. Which I did mention about possibly using a bridge anyway. So, if we were to take this bad boy and pop it in here. It's actually not bad, to be honest. We might use it, and then that is actually right about where I want to put the water too. Okay, we will get rid of that. And move it out of the way, because we're gonna not need these posts. I decide that I'm going to use it. Stick it here. We can actually bring it back even further if need be. How am I doing? Oh, geez, we're not even close to being centered. Rebuke the R. Okay. And what is that? Why do you have to be there? ruining my bridge. You're gonna need a bigger one, which obviously we cannot use. Oh, these existed. It's been a while since I really looked at the bridges and s'mores. Oh yeah, look at these guys. All right, so we're gonna leave that for now, and I think we're gonna have to explore other mods to try and get something to get the look that I'm looking for, essentially. See, these are kind of cool, but they're all the wrong texture. That one's actually not too bad. If we were to use it like back here, and it's just like not quite the right size. Yeah, so it'd be something we'd have to poop around too, I suspect. Okay, let's see. Furniture, decor. All right, let's see. What do we got? So one of my other thoughts, let's go check it out. No, it was in Castle in the Sky. We have all these different stone types. Like, that's not too bad. Walls, staircases, miscellaneous. These are really cool too. I almost considered putting some of these in place. I might still in some spots. See, this is what I was talking about, like the arches before. Of course, it doesn't want to go where I want it to go. Well, okay. With a nice, resounding thud. So something along those lines. This one goes up. And there's that. Or that. Which I think is actually what it's supposed to do. Oh, look at that nasty line in between the two of them. Ew, I don't like that. Or you do have a ever-increasing upward slant, and then you got some supports. Alright, let's play around with this one for a moment. Let's take out all this schmutz. And let's put in... No, it's this guy. Yeah. Then we can make the arch go whichever way we want. But then we got a hard crest there. So what if put something like that guy in there? It's kind of neat. Of course, now we're running up into our sky here, which actually, yeah, I was thinking of taking that away anyway, but that is really going to put us pretty darn close to the ceiling. And, well, this is all going to come down anyway. But yeah, we wouldn't want to be that close to the stars anyway. I mean, I would, but you know what I'm saying. Plus, this makes the walkway huge, and we don't want that. That's going to take away from the grass and the river. So yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of these guys. They're really cool, but they're not going to work. So, okay, what else we got? There's definitely nothing in there. Nope, 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 nope. Doors, elevators, miscellaneous. That's just the boat. Woody, nope. Pier, definitely not. We do have our terrain here. Which again, like I said in the last video, we are going to be using some of that. Let's see. Institute, USS Constitution, no. Pool, I mean, we will be using some of the water, but not quite yet. Bar Harbor. Walls, stairs, no. VR thing, new world. Yeah, that's what we're already using. Miscellaneous structures. I will be using this guy, not here, but in a future build. And we have a request for the Starlight Drive-In for some sort of Mad Max type theme. And we're going to have ourselves a fight ring, so hold on to your butts for that one. I'm actually really looking forward to that. That's going to be really, really fun. Let's see. There's some cool stuff in here, but okay. Onward. We got to go into... Oh, hodgepodge, definitely... towers, decorations, flags, missiles. No, we don't want any missiles in here. Not yet, anyway. I don't think. Radio towers, nah. Let's check Homemaker. Bricks. Yeah, I know. Alright, we're just gonna go straight to Snappy, because I know Snappy has some of the stuff I'm looking for. Where is Snappy? Where'd you go? There you are. These for the stairs. Nah, I don't like that either. I think actually it's gonna end up being under all of this too. We got footpaths, which those are really cool, but with the miscellaneous steps that snap to everything except for where I want them to. Oh, there we go. Of course, they're not right either. Sidewalks, no. I don't think they have the same. We might end up just having to use what we've been doing, and then we're gonna have to really finagle things here. Oh. Okay, so there's the same piece sort of that we've been using. We just don't have that deep base there, and the turn still goes the wrong way. Finagle something here. Pop you out, and we'll just stick you there. And maybe we can just do something kind of funky like that. I'm not in love with it. Not in the slightest. I do kind of like the border around these, though. That does kind of add a little oomph to it. Decisions. Well, I'm not crazy about that, so I'll just put this guy back in. And if we're gonna do that, then we probably could turn all of these sideways, which I don't really like to do. I mean, it works, it's fine, it just, to me, it doesn't look as good. Alright, what else we got? We got all kinds of steps in here. These, oh, these are the right size, finally. That's not bad. We'd obviously have to play around with that because it's glitching. We can always just whoop, do that. That works too. Now the decision, because this one does have that order. Of course, this gets cut off. We'd have to go up really high to make that work. Then, or do that. Yeah. Worried about there. Which then you'd be getting off the elevator. Let's see. How big of a step does that appear to be? I don't like that. Yeah. This is what this above is about. Alright. Now, the one problem with the, well, actually we'll be having grass, so maybe that isn't such a big deal. Alright, let's swap these out. I'm just gonna say heck with it and go with it. Oh, that's because I left. Yeah. So let's go ahead and replace all these like so. Yeah, we'll hide that eventually. We'll need another set of stairs, or well, we're still gonna do the bridge. So okay, let's figure that out. Okay, actually, yeah, ew, it's not good. Well, let's just put these in because we know we're sticking with this. Unfortunately, there's no curved one, so that kind of stinks. Now let's see, can we jump this one up? Grab the right thing. Rail post, where'd you go? Where'd you go? There we go! Nice! Did it on its own. Yeah, okay, that looks much better. And we got more for that. And, dude, we don't want that. Show with the dead grass. We don't need that. So, here we can at least put something. Unfortunately, there is no curved piece. What if we put it on an angle? Is that going to work? Or is that just going to look awful? I think that's going to look awful. Yeah. Even if we put like a post in there, it's still going to look terrible. You. We just went straight. Maybe we'll stick some big something there, some sort of bush. Yeah, we'll put a bush in that place. Okay, let's put some posts in. Oh, turn our snapping back on. That would help. Yeah, there we go. Now, what was I doing here? Was I doing it? I think I was. Okay. So, they're right in between them. No, sit in between. There we go. Between. Like the others. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Cool. And we gotta fix that guy, because they're supposed to be... Whoa! I think that's a different one. I think I got that one from... Whoa, man. Whoa. These are different rails. Let's get rid of them. Because this is gonna end up, like, mucking things up as we go along. What do you... Get out of my face. Okay. Now we're ready to rock and roll up. Let's put the snappy ones in. I don't know how far I'm going to be keeping them. We gotta build our bridge. But for now, we will just make it work. I know it turns them like sideways-ish like that, but that's okay. It's the look we're going after of the posts and rails. So that's what's most important. Okay. So, let's get rid of the grass, because we're going to need probably most of this rocky surface for the water. That's actually going to come out almost perfect. So, before we go any further, let's get some grass in place so we don't accidentally lose the flow of everything, so to speak. We need these dudes. We need angle guy. There we go. To put him next to that one, because we're gonna take that guy out and get his friend there. Oh, I probably could have just done that. But these can go for now, because our water's gonna come like right down here. And that stays just the way it is. We can actually use these dudes. They would cooperate. Okay, maybe not. Just there we go. Nice. So now we got some grass there. Figure all that out. And you know what? Let's start putting some water in. To heck with it. Actually, before we do that, there, so we can put that there. Take that guy out. We will put that down. Ooh, that's gonna look horrible. The way they're overlapping on each other. So this side is gonna stay grass, so that's perfectly fine. Let's take this out, because we're gonna have to hide that. You know what? Let's do that. So our water is just gonna like magically appear out of nowhere. We have to go to... You know what? We haven't saved. Probably a good idea. It's been like about 20 minutes. We haven't done a single save yet. That's living dangerously. So right here at the base, we will throw in like some rocks eventually to kind of hide where the water is coming from. Let's see, we want waterfalls. Turn off our snapping, because that's just going to muck things up. And yeah, we want the small dudes. And we're gonna have the same problem with our water looking black, unfortunately. I don't like that. Not happy with that. This is gonna really mess things up for us. Ugh. Big time. Son of a gun. It just looks like oil. That's not good. Oh, man. Let's turn our highlighting back on. There we go. So we can actually see what the heck is going on here. Can't even really see what it's doing. I mean, we still got to throw some actual water in here. And I suppose this could... Let's... Regular sized water. Now we'll turn off our highlights. We can just see the colors here. We don't want anything green. We don't want anything that looks too fake. Oh. Water Vault Ocean. Let's turn our snap back on. There we go. Okay, not bad, not bad. It definitely has to go underneath there. Actually, that could be kind of cool. Makes this whole thing seem like one big giant bridge. And then, yeah, we'll fix that as we zip along. Okay. So if we're going to keep this the same, we'll call it height this way, we'll have to, there we go, raise up our grass or something. Make this work. Because right now we got a pretty different, there we go, height difference there. I'm not too crazy about that either. I mean, it works fine here. Maybe we'll take out that second one. And, oh yeah, we need grass. Look at that. Stick that there. Yeah, I think that's a little better. And then, like I said, we'll fill this in with some rocks to kind of make this look a little more realistic. And yeah, that side will all stay regular grass. We'll figure that out. Because, again, I'm not too happy with that looking like a bridge the whole way. I could be wrong, though. You guys can weigh in on that one. Let me know how you feel. Okay. Let's turn off our snapping. Highlighting back on so we can actually see what we're doing here. There we go. Pop that there for the moment. Stuck. There we go. Ooh, we're under the water. That's not good. Where'd you go? Just saw you. Go up there. There you are. Let's put that back. There we go. I mean, okay. As long as we're gonna snap properly, let's do that for the moment. And we'll have to create some rocks there. Let's go back into our water. I'll put this guy here, but then we're gonna have to boop it way down. Let's see. Yeah, that could work, and then we'll have another bigger one right here too. It's so close. Whoops, I made two. I don't know where that second one went. Son of a monkey. Much stuff to snap to. No, snap to the water. Your friend. What are you doing? Oh, yes, let's store that. Let's take you up. You're getting on my nerve. Okay. Where's that? There we go. Wasn't snapping properly. All that, and I gotta boop it down anyway, but we gotta make sure that it's consistently connected. So let's see, and we'll have to put in like some serious rock fall formation stuff in here. That's pretty good. Well, let's start with that. Put in some waterfalls again. That one there. That one there. We'll fill in more as we zip along here. Okay. And that should be replaced by that. So let's move that guy. Let's put that guy in place. Oh, that was a slope too. I didn't realize that. What a dummy. Alright, whatever. Okay. We're getting there. Isn't exactly looking the way I was hoping, simply because the water just keeps coming up black and there's not really anything I can do about it. But, you know, it is what it is. And yeah, we'll have to cover this in with some boulders. So let's do a quick save. And let's start to create the illusion of the rocks. And then we can work on from there. We're going to go into USO and decorations and nature and rocks. And turn off our highlighting so we can try to match rocks that we have. See, that's part of the problem too, is you gotta hide that seam there. Yeah, that's much better, I think. We'll stick that guy there. That one there. And that one there. And then we'll just kind of randomly put in some other rocks just to kind of make it look a little more natural. And then once we start to put in our waterfalls more up and over the tops of those rocks, it'll start to really do its thing. We'll just put one that like randomly sticks up out of the water. Like so. And we gotta do the same thing here. We'll use these dudes instead. Yeah, it's not bad. It looks a little too uniform, so we'll have to put in something that's got some little color to it. Below the water? Can't really tell. We're gonna have to do something about that sharp edge too. Maybe we'll stick in a wall along this or something. Just so that it looks a little more natural. Let's see. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Not my best work, but not my worst work. Hit this guy. Yeah, right in there. Why not? Okay. Now that we've done that, let's get some more wah-wah in here. Let's highlights back on. Snapping off. There we go. This one on a little bit of an angle. Watch from this side. There we go. That in there. There we go. Now we got some natural flow going on. We do the same thing for back here too, since we got all these rocks. It's gonna create a lot of noise, so be prepared for it, folks. Not much I can do about it once we start doing it. I don't think any of these exist without all that extra noise. Okay. It's always good too to like throw some of these on an angle. It really shows how the rocks break things up and cause all kinds of turbulence. Nice. Okay, I mean, I suppose I could leave a cliff like that there, but the fact that we have that break in the water, it's not going to work so well. So, let's see. Get some more rocks. We need more rocks, especially for that. That guy. I'll just piece that together like so. And grab onto that rock. I can do it. I can see it. We can do it. Here we go. Bring that guy up a little bit. There we go. We gotta, most importantly, hide that seam. And then we'll overshoot the water on top of it to really sell it. Not bad. Okay, back to the water. Ooh, there we go. Now you might be wondering, why am I always using the small? Under normal circumstances, the small looks the best, especially when the coloration on it is proper with the white foam movement and all that. So, but unfortunately, you know, all we have is the black. There's not much I can do about that. Maybe we don't want that. That's going to be spraying people, looks like. Let's try the medium-sized guy, yeah. Not bad. Alright, look at that. We got ourselves a stream of flowing. There we go, I'll lessen the noise for you all. Because I know it gets kind of loud. Alright. Oops. I missed it. But now we can play in the water. Make splashes. Alright, let's turn out the lights and see how our waterfall looks in the dark. Bonk. And bonk. And bonk. Oh hey, look, we got some of the white back. Sweet. See a little bit I gotta fix there. Ooh, that water looks awful in the dark. Dagnabbit. We're gonna have to change that. It looks like Nuka-Cola water now. That looks terrible. The waterfall looks great though, for the most part. We'll have to fix a little bit here and there. We got our splash going, so that's good. Alright, that probably would have been a better idea to pick the water while it was dark. Alright, let's turn off our highlighting. Let's see. Yeah, see, that's what we picked. That's no good. That's not bad. There is one that's like crystal clear. I'm thinking we're going to go with that one if I can find it in here. I think it's, yeah, the purified. Now let's turn our snapping back on. Even that looks kind of fake. Oh, this is going to be challenging. Trying to get these to snap now. Oh, fudge. Alright, you know what? Let's do it that way. Because we're going to need all that water anyway. This will hopefully look a little better once we actually put in the whatchamacallit, the lights. This is going to be so hard to get in there and change that. Let's do that. Take that out. Come on. Come on, snap to your little friend there. Oh, wrong friends. This is one of the most frustrating things, is like when you have so many snap points and you just can't get these guys to cooperate. But I think we did it. So let's pull that out, because we gotta... Which one is this? Oh, that's the purifier. That's... okay. One we want to get rid of. Now we put this guy in. There we go. Yeah, see, already that's starting to look so much better. And same thing with that guy. Get rid of that one. Do our best to try and get these to snap. Come on. Oop. No, they overlapped. Shoot. It does it for like a microsecond and then messes up. Oops. Oh. Alright, so we got that in place. Let's just try to boot that down so it matches up. Of course, that doesn't look right. Oh, there we go. Yay. Okay, now we can get rid of that. Put this guy back. We can get rid of that. And we'll get rid of that guy. No, not that guy. There we go. Get rid of that one. Okay. Now all that's left is this hot mess. Those are two different heights. Ew. That worked. I can't tell. I don't know where the water went. Oh, there it is. Actually, I think I do have to raise that. If I can get it. There we go. Not that it matters too much because we got all that turbulence going on in there. Come on. Really? There we go. Yeah, on the whole, I think I like that better. That's going out nice and smooth. Alright. I don't know what my plan is, so for now I'm just going to throw a bunch of water in here. Now, let's see what happens if we put in a light. Like I said, we're going to have street lights in here. There we go, street light. Oh yeah, that's so much better. If we put one like that, that's going to make it look way better. Now I got to decide what style. Definitely not those. No. But yeah, I think I kind of like this one better. The best. Stick this guy there. Oh yeah, look how much better that looks. Fantastical. I don't know where I'm going to be keeping the lights. If it's going to be here on the sidewalks or what. But good enough for now. Is that okay? Yeah, that is that. This one I'm thinking I'm going to have to sort of keep pretty close to where that is just because of some of these lights that I cannot get rid of. But cool. I'm just going to throw that guy there. Just, yeah. Once we start getting some actual light in here and doing some more decorations, that's going to look so much better. Cool. Alrighty. Look at that. Nice. Liking it. Yeah, we'll try to do something about this edge as we go along. Thinking maybe we'll do like another wall like that. I mean, I could do like rocks, but that's gonna be a lot of work to do that, so. Alright. There we go. We got a waterfall. We got drinking water. We can play in. Maybe we'll even stick some fish in there. I got fish. Maybe we'll do that. Alright, that is going to do it for this episode. I thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Until then, don't get irradiated.